Just when I thought we had seen the last of Leslye Headcase, she pops up wanting to be relevant. And, of course, she says this crap because, as an intelligent, college-educated individual, they have no choice but to keep using the same words over and over. So, Leslye Headcase calls YouTube critics fascists and racists while addressing the Acolyte cancellation. Guess what, Leslye? Because people criticize your shit product, that doesn't make them fascist and racist, you stupid fucking ignorant cunt. Okay? Maybe your show fucking sucked. Did you ever think of that? But no, it's never on Hollywood's shoulders. No, it's always the fans' fault. Your show did terribly. It's not the fans' fault. It's you stupid fucking bitch. I'm so tired of these words being tossed around. At this point, people will willingly do a fucking Nazi salute because guess what? It means fucking nothing now. And I've said before, if someone wants to call you a Nazi or fascist, the word means nothing anymore. It's just, Heil fucking Hitler, bitch. Like, it means nothing anymore. These words, any phobe, and ism, they mean nothing because these college-educated individuals have overused them to the point they mean nothing. These are just their go-to, well, I'm not smart enough to think of a fucking comeback or any real retort, so let me just call them names. And then you wonder why no one takes you seriously. In her first major interview since, she's looking for relevance. In her first major interview since the Acolyte was pulled from Disney Plus, creator Leslye Headcase has reignited controversy with a series of candid remarks on the show's cancellation, culminating in her labeling a portion of longtime YouTube commentators as fascists and racist. Yes, because we have so much power. Us, the ones you say are a minuscule, silent minority. Or a silent vocal minority. Either one. We apparently have no power, but yet you want to blame us for everything. So do we have power or do we not? Again, you're supposed to be college educated, Leslye. Make up your goddamn mind. The interview reveals a complicated relationship between the series creator and the fan community she claims that she has followed for years. Headcase says making the Acolyte was always a major risk. Speaking with The Wrap for the first time since the show's cancellation, Leslye Headcase described the Acolyte as a fundamentally challenging project. It was always a major risk. Unlike other Disney Plus Star Wars entries, her series occupied a part of the timeline with all new characters who were bland and boring. Like Osha and like those characters, the twins, a fucking picture of them on a fucking cereal box has more fucking personality than the actual characters. That is how bland and boring they are. The whole idea of trying to make the Jedi look like, oh, look at them, they're just hunting down women and we find out that, the Force and all tied to a group of fucking lesbian space witches and the power of one, the power of many. Fucking Osha's and what's her name? May, their fucking mom, completely fucking stupid. Like, I've said this before, the ending and her dying is the stupidest fucking thing ever. So the Jedi are there. She's trying to fight them, and she turns into this big puff of smoke, tries to kill the Jedi, and then when who was it? Master Squid Games, I think it was, stabs her or whatever. She was like, I was gonna let them go. Gee, maybe if you told the Jedi that before and didn't try to kill them. Like, does anyone in this show have common sense? But the characters were poorly written. Again, the main girls, cardboard pic, a picture of them on a fucking cereal box has more personality. The bland cereal in that fucking box has more personality. They are terribly written characters, but then when you point that out, it's, well, you just don't like strong, powerful black women. No, we hate fucking bland characters. Not that fucking hard to comprehend. But no, stupid fucking cunts like them, they can't wrap their minds around the fact that people don't like the characters because they're poorly written. It's always got to be, oh, they're racist, they're misogynist, they're this. No, maybe you're just a shit fucking writer. Is that a possibility, Leslye? Maybe take some accountability for the shit that you're writing. No, it's always our fault. All new characters, and a complete absence of familiar cinematic touchstones. She emphasized that she could not use stormtroopers, could not lean on the galaxy's political conflict, and had none of the visual language Tony Gilroy brilliantly exploited in Andor. No. Instead, her references were the High Republic novels, the publishing initiative, and then the prequels, specifically with the lightsabers. It's one of the few areas where she directly acknowledges the creative gamble. She even admitted that any gripes creatively with the show are completely valid. A statement that stands in stark contrast to several of her other comments later in the interview. Headcase stressed that she was not online during the swirl of reactions surrounding the show's release, but quickly added that she has long been part of the online Star Wars commentary world. I am a Star Wars fan. Headcase claimed yet again, which means I have always been there since the launch of YouTube, part of the Star Wars recap, criticism, lionization fandom community. Also, she was Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Just throwing that out there. This familiarity, she said, goes back years to a galaxy far, far away. These guys I've known for years and years. I supported them on Patreon. It was within this context, speaking about whose channel she had watched and funded, that Headcase launched into her now infamous breakdown of commentator categories. There are some of them that I respect, obviously, the ones that kiss your fucking ass. Oh my god. The Acolyte is such an amazing piece of cinematic art. The characters are so rich and well written, and Osha and her sister, they're just strong, powerful black females, female empowerment and representation. Oh my god, their mother, yes, Slay Queen, she is a mood. No, she likes those people, the ones who kiss her ass and tell her that she can do no wrong. But the minute you start pointing out the flaws in the characters, the flaws in the story, how it's bland and boring, oh no, suddenly you're a fucking racist and a fascist. When these stupid fucking cunts don't stop to think that, oh, you just do it because you hate women. But yet the same fan base who they're claiming hate women love characters like Samus. Or, if we're speaking of Star Wars, Princess Leia. No one has a problem with Princess Leia. But suddenly, all of a sudden, people have a problem with female characters. No, we have a problem with terribly written female characters. I don't care about their skin color, their gender. But you have fans. I mean, you can just go to any Comic-Con or convention. There are dudes dressed up like Princess Leia. That's how iconic she is, because she's such a good character. Strong, independent. And that was in the very first fucking Star Wars movie in, 1974? So this whole idea of, they just hate women, it completely falls apart. They want to bring up characters like Rose Tico and Ray. They're terribly written. What happened to writing a woman to be strong, but not like, girl boss strong, where, oh my god, I'm good at everything I do. I have to emasculate men in every fucking. What happened to just writing strong characters? Now it's always a political statement. Now it's always about, oh yeah, girl power, girl boss, slay queen. Why don't they look back at characters like Princess Leia or even Padme? Look at characters like that, because despite that trilogy, people do like Padme. So why not look at the strong females that were in the Star Wars movies and then take inspiration from them? Because, again, you want to say we're misogynistic or this or that, but people love Princess Leia. So that whole misogynist or hate women or whatever, it falls apart. But these people who claim to be college educated are too fucking stupid to comprehend this. There are some of them that I respect, and there are some of them that I think are absolutely snake oil salesmen, just opportunists. Then, of course, there are the fascists and racists. So it runs a gamut. It isn't just one thing or the other. I don't think I've ever seen anyone complain about them specifically being a woman or specifically being black or whatever. It's always that they're terribly written. We don't care. Again, the fucking character can be a black, trans, fucking one-eyed, one-armed alien. As long as they are well written, we don't care. This desire that they have to slap on ism on every single fucking critic is pathetic. I have not heard one person mention like skin color as being a factor. No, the characters were fucking bland. A fucking bowl of grape nuts has more fucking personality than them. It's pathetic. So on the one hand, the creator, who once worked as the personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein, well, they mention it, is claiming that the criticism of her show is valid. But then later in the same interview, labels some of the prominent YouTube commentary community as nothing more than snake oil salesmen and racists and fascists. Her wife, the Acolyte cast members have made similar accusations, of course, because when you want to think of a cult and think of a hive mind, this is a fucking hive mind. It's just like, you see them all the time on Twitter or whatever, and you're just like, they'll have an entire thread and they'll just use all these words, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can only come so many fucking times. You used every single trigger word. Like, please, I don't have anything left in my balls. Like, just reading an entire thread, and they're using every word, fascism and far-right extremists and Nazi and this and misogynist and patriarchy. And it's like, oh, God, please stop. And it's like a fucking succubus got to you. Suddenly you're collapsed and you're nothing but like, you're thin and, you've just been drained of all your essence because you've read this thing that it's just like, oh my God, please just stop. You're proving how fucking pathetic you people are, that you have no real thoughts of your own apart from these buzzwords. Saying them over and over does not make them true. In fact, saying them over and over just dilutes what they actually mean. That's why people have no problem doing shit like this now, because it doesn't mean anything anymore. Headcase's comments also fit a larger pattern. Since the show's release, several people connected to the Acolyte have publicly attributed criticism to bigotry. Rebecca Henderson, Headcase's wife and co-star in the series, previously argued that negative reactions were fueled by racists. Amanda Stenberg, who we've yeah, her diss track, her oh yeah, twerk to the racists, um, made similar remarks and a whole diss track about hostility directed towards the show and its cast. She too labeled the show's many critics as racist, because it's not the fact that this person has more less personality than a fucking cardboard box. No, it's racism. Always fucking racism. Jodie Turner Smith, who also pointed to race bait animosity at the center factor in the backlash, even going as far as you saw Lucasfilm needed to do as to say Lucasfilm needed to do more to push back against fan sentiment, because who cares what the fans say? Headcase's new comments extend the narrative by categorizing an entire segment of established YouTube critics along the same lines. Leslye Headcase was not surprised at the Acolyte's cancellation, but shocked by the publicness. One of the few moments of self-reflection came when Leslye Headcase discussed the cancellation of the Acolyte itself. I was not surprised by it. It was all those racists. They shut it down. Uh, she admitted, but she did express frustration with how it unfolded, describing the process as unexpectedly fast and unexpectedly visible. I think I was surprised at the swiftness of it and the publicness of it. I was surprised by how it was handled. Modern day owned Lucasfilm projects are canceled all the time, but typically they're canceled quietly with no formal announcement. When it came to the Acolyte, Disney and Lucasfilm seemingly wanted to make a statement. I mean, doesn't really seem like that statement was heard. And let the entire fan base know it wasn't coming back. Headcase explained that once she began receiving calls about viewership and criticism, she recognized the momentum. Like, viewership alone should tell you, hey, it's not the racists in this. It's just people are not interested in your fucking shit. Learn how to be a better writer, and then maybe we'll enjoy your fucking product. Make terrible characters with terrible story, and then come out and call us all fucking racist and fascist because we don't like it. That's only going to lose more people. Common sense, people. Fucking use it. You claim to be college educated. You think you people in Hollywood are so much more intelligent and high above everyone else. You people, little plebs like me and everyone watching me. We're just little fucking peons. We don't know anything. But yet you continuously prove how fucking retarded you people really are. How detached from reality you truly are. A problem comes along, it's the fans' fault. They're racist, they're misogynists, they're far-right extremists, they're MAGA supporters, they're homophobes, they're xenophobes. Instead of saying, you know what? Maybe their criticism is right. Maybe the characters weren't as strong as they could be. Maybe the story didn't really make a whole lot of sense. It might have been confusing to a lot of... No. Instead of having like a reflection moment, just blame the fans. Why improve when you can blame the fans? Okay, the writing's on the wall for sure. Disney canceled the Acolyte after just weeks after the finale, faster than almost any Star Wars streaming project. Content about Star Wars will be more culturally impactful than Star Wars. Perhaps the most quietly explosive line in the interview came from Headcase's mused about the future of the franchise's cultural relevance. I think it made me start to think the content being made about Star Wars will ultimately be more culturally impactful than actual Star Wars. And whose fault is that? Maybe if you could write better, people wouldn't have to complain. Just saying. But again, it's never their fault, is it? Coming from a creator of an official Star Wars project, the statement suggests that YouTube commentary, criticism, and reaction videos, the same ecosystem she partially labeled as fascist and racist, now wield more cultural influence than Disney's billion-dollar franchise machine. Head case ends with no regrets. Despite everything, the controversy, the backlash, and the short run, the cancellation, Head case closed with an unapologetic declaration. I'm absolutely... No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I am absolutely obsessed with Star Wars. I still am. I love my show, and I know that it was wonderful. Okay, whatever helps you sleep at night. You know, most, pretty much, if not everyone, would disagree. Of course, you know, there are some people who would disagree, and there are some who would agree with you. You know, the ones who didn't watch the show for the show. They didn't care about Star Wars, but, oh my God, strong female empowerment. They would agree with you that it was wonderful. Oh my God, these characters are super gazy. Oh my God, yeah, Slay Queen, this is totally a mood. You know, those people would agree that it was wonderful. They didn't actually like Star Wars or really care about it, but because it had representation, but that's the reason why the viewership was so bad, because the people watching it were those people who are so fucking miserable in life that representation and validation is like the only reason they live. So while they're watching it, normal people are like, the show sucks. The characters are terrible. The story is terrible. I'm just, well, find something else. Like, they seem to think that everyone, they do realize that people on their own side didn't like the show. But we know that they have no problem eating their own. You know, we've seen that with J.K. Rowling, the woman who made Dumbledore gay out of nowhere. The woman who said, "Oh well, I never specifically said that Hermione was black," after Hermione was black in Cursed Child. The minute she says something like, "Men cannot become women and have children," like, oh my God, she's a Nazi. Oh my God, she's literally Hitler. So you could suck their fucking cocks and they have no problem just, oh yeah, yeah, keep sucking. But the minute they fucking hear you say anything that goes against what they think, suddenly you're a fucking far right Nazi, you're a Trump supporter, you're fascist, they eat their own. And I love seeing it. Because these people seem to think that only right wingers were like watching the show, which no, it had to be your people too. Your people also didn't like it. Again, this is them. This is coming from people who think they're college educated, who think that means anything anymore. You may have a degree in film or whatever else, but the one thing you didn't pick up from college, the most critical, the most important, was common sense, critical thinking, and logic. You can know all the fancy words you want. You can be as book smart as you want. You can have as many degrees as you want. But if you lack common sense, critical thinking, and logic, college didn't do much for you. Because you were still showing on a daily basis how fucking ignorant you truly are by just labeling everyone you disagree with as a racist or a homophobe or a fascist or misogynist or far-right extremist or Nazi or white nationalist or whatever. Because you are so fucking ignorant that your small, narrow mind cannot think of anything else. It's a definitive statement signaling that even as the debate over the Acolyte's cancellation intensifies, Leslye Headcase stands firmly on her divisive creative choices. And with her newly reopened commentary on critics, including her fascist and racist classification, the conversation surrounding the Acolyte is likely to fade anytime soon. Well, people didn't like to watch the show, then she can at least make people talk about it. But again, what do you expect from these people who think they're so much more intelligent than you, but they just prove every fucking day how retarded they actually are? They're not intelligent. They're not critical thinkers. They don't think outside the box. They're not free thinkers. They all, you're a fascist, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a xenophobe, you're a misogynist, you're a far-right extremist, you're a Nazi, you're a MAGA supporter. Like the right has words like that too that they throw around, like Marxist, or oh, fuck you, commie. But the right doesn't have nearly as many words as the fucking left has. So besides, it's expected from the right, because remember, the right is just full of dumb fucking ignorant hicks that didn't have no education. We didn't go to them fancy colleges, so of course we're gonna be fucking ignorant. But coming from a side that prides themselves on intelligence, prides themselves on being able to think outside the box, and they're free thinkers, they sure do like saying the same fucking words over and over. Because they're fucking retarded. And Leslye, you are proving once again that you are a terrible fucking writer. You are a terrible fucking person. Former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. And you, just like everyone else in Hollywood and on the left, have no problem hiding behind the shield of calling people phobes and isms, because you are truly incapable of comprehending that maybe you're just a shitty fucking writer. Again, no self-reflection, no, well, I heard a lot of criticism about the characters being bland. Maybe it's true. Maybe they are bland. I mean, I personally thought that they were fine, but apparently, no, they're just fucking racist. No self-reflection, no taking accountability, no, just all the blame on the fans. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. No matter who it is, no matter what movie, game, TV show, whatever. These people are ignorant, and they continuously prove it. And this bitch is just another one of them who'd rather put the blame on you than take responsibility for her poor fucking writing. So, thank you, Leslye Headcase. We salute you for your contribution in continuously proving once again that you fucking lefties are fucking stupid. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.